What if I told you that the greatest battle of your life has already begun? Not on a battlefield, not in your workplace, not inside your relationships, but inside your own mind. Every single day, without making a sound, two invisible forces fight for control over your life. One wants you to grow, the other wants you to stay exactly where you are. One pushes you toward courage, the other whispers excuses that feel completely reasonable. You hear both voices every day. When the alarm goes off in the morning, when you decide whether to chase your dream or postpone it until tomorrow, when you're tempted to quit, give up, or settle for less than you're capable of becoming. Most people never realize this battle exists. They believe their biggest problems are outside of them. Bad luck, lack of money, difficult people, a painful past. But those are only the surface. The real war begins much deeper, hidden beneath every fear, every habit, every decision, every excuse. Your mind is the most powerful weapon you will ever possess, but it can also become the prison you never escape. History is filled with ordinary people who survived impossible circumstances, not because life was fair, not because they were fearless, but because they learned something most people never do. The greatest victory is never over another person. It is over yourself. Tonight, we're going to uncover the hidden psychology behind that battle. Why your brain fights against your biggest goals. Why comfort quietly steals your future. Why fear often disguises itself as logic. And why millions of people lose this war without ever realizing they were fighting it. Because once you understand what's happening inside your own mind, you'll never see yourself the same way again. Welcome to the broken hero. Every war begins with an enemy, but the most dangerous enemy you'll ever face doesn't announce itself. It doesn't wear a mask. It doesn't carry a weapon. It doesn't stand across a battlefield. It wakes up with you every morning. It speaks with your own voice. And most of the time, you mistake it for yourself. The voice that says, "Start tomorrow." The voice that whispers, "You're not ready." The voice that convinces you that one more excuse won't matter. It sounds reasonable. It feels safe. That's why it's so dangerous. Most people spend their lives fighting the wrong battles. They blame their boss, their parents, their circumstances, their past, their lack of opportunities. But imagine carrying a sword while never realizing the real battle is happening behind you. That's how millions of people live. They keep trying to change the outside world, while the inside quietly controls everything. Your habits, your confidence, your decisions, even the future you're slowly creating. Every choice you make begins as a thought. Every action begins as a decision, and every decision is influenced by the battle inside your mind. You don't suddenly become disciplined. You don't suddenly become lazy. Those identities are built one invisible choice at a time. Most of those choices happen so quickly, you don't even notice them. A few extra minutes in bed, one more hour scrolling, putting off an important task, telling yourself, "I'll do it later." None of these moments feel life-changing, but life is rarely changed by one massive decision. It is shaped by thousands of tiny ones. Each one either strengthens the version of you that wants to grow or feeds the version that wants to remain comfortable. And every single day, one of them becomes stronger. By the end of this chapter, you'll understand why the greatest battle of your life has never been against the world. It has always been against the voice that knows exactly what you fear, because it has lived inside you all along. The enemy you're fighting isn't evil. In fact, It has spent your entire life trying to protect you. Long before cities existed, before money, before modern life, your ancestors survived because their brains learned one simple rule. If something feels dangerous, avoid it. If something feels uncertain, be careful. If something feels painful, run. That instinct saved countless lives. It kept people away from predators. It warned them about poisonous food. It helped them survive in a world where one mistake could mean death. But the world changed. Your brain didn't. Today, the lions are gone, but your brain still reacts as if they're hiding around every corner. A job interview, starting a business, walking onto a stage, speaking to someone you admire, trying something you've never done before. To your brain, they can all feel like threats, not because they are dangerous, but because they are unfamiliar. And your brain has one mission: keep you alive, not successful, not wealthy, not fulfilled, just safe. That's why fear often arrives, disguised as logic. It tells you, this isn't the right time. You should wait until you're ready. What if you fail? What will people think? Those thoughts don't sound emotional. They sound intelligent, reasonable, responsible. That's what makes them so convincing. The enemy rarely shouts. It whispers, quietly, patiently, until hesitation begins to feel like wisdom and comfort begins to feel like happiness. But comfort has a hidden cost. Every day you choose what feels easy instead of what helps you grow, the invisible enemy becomes just a little stronger. The frightening part is, most people never realize they're helping it win. They believe they're making sensible decisions, when in reality, they're simply obeying a voice that has never wanted anything more than to keep them exactly where they are.
The human brain is one of the greatest survival machines ever created. Every second, it processes millions of pieces of information without you even realizing it. It keeps your heart beating, it controls your breathing, it protects your body from danger. And most of the time, it does all of this without asking for your permission. But hidden inside this incredible machine is an ancient system that was never designed for the modern world. Thousands of years ago, survival depended on one thing: conserving energy. Food was scarce. Shelter was uncertain. Every unnecessary movement wasted precious energy. So your brain evolved to avoid effort whenever possible. That instinct still lives inside you today. It doesn't know that food is only a few steps away. It doesn't know that sitting still all day can slowly destroy your health. It only knows one thing: save energy, avoid discomfort, stay alive. That's why getting started always feels harder than stopping. That's why your bed feels warmer on the morning you promised yourself you'd wake up early. That's why your phone suddenly becomes more interesting the moment you sit down to work. Your brain isn't trying to ruin your future. It's simply following instructions that kept humans alive for thousands of years. But survival and success are not the same thing. The habits that once protected us can quietly prevent us from growing. And unless you understand how your brain naturally works, you'll continue fighting yourself without ever knowing why. Nobody wakes up and decides to ruin their life. Nobody says, "Today, I'll destroy my future." It doesn't happen that way. The greatest tragedies are almost always silent. One missed opportunity, one excuse, one broken promise to yourself. By themselves, they seem harmless, almost invisible, easy to justify. But every repeated decision becomes a habit, and every habit slowly becomes your identity. You are not shaped by what you do once. You are shaped by what you repeat. That's why success is rarely an event. It's a pattern. Failure works the same way. It isn't one massive mistake. It's hundreds of tiny choices moving in the wrong direction, sleeping in instead of getting up, scrolling endlessly instead of learning, complaining instead of improving, waiting instead of acting. None of these decisions feel dangerous. That's exactly why they're so powerful. They slowly steal your future without making any noise. Days become weeks, weeks become months, months become years. Then one day, people look at their lives and wonder what went wrong. They blame luck, the economy, other people, their circumstances. Almost never their daily choices, because the hardest truth is also the simplest. The life you're living today is largely built by the decisions you barely remembered making. The invisible war is never won or lost. In one moment, it's decided. One ordinary day at a time. Winning this battle doesn't begin when life becomes easier. It begins the moment you stop waiting for perfect conditions. The truth is, you will never feel completely ready. Fear won't disappear before you act. Confidence won't arrive before you begin. Both are rewards, not requirements. Action comes first. Growth comes second. Confidence comes last. This is where most people get stuck. They wait to feel motivated. They wait for the perfect opportunity. They wait for the perfect plan, the perfect time, the perfect version of themselves. But while they're waiting, life keeps moving. The people who succeed are rarely fearless. They're simply willing to move while they're afraid. Every small action sends a new message to your brain. I can do difficult things. I keep my promises. I finish what I start. Slowly, your identity begins to change. Not because someone inspired you, not because life became easier, but because your actions gave your mind new evidence to believe. Discipline isn't punishment, it's freedom. Every promise you keep builds trust with yourself. And once you trust yourself, the invisible enemy begins to lose its power. You stop asking, "What if I fail?" And you begin asking, "What happens if I never try?" That single question has changed countless lives. Because the people who transform are not the ones who never feel fear. They are the ones who refuse to let fear make their decisions. There is one final truth that changes everything. The battle inside your mind never truly ends. There will always be days when fear speaks louder than courage. Days when comfort feels more attractive than growth. Days when quitting seems easier than continuing. That doesn't mean you're failing. It means you're human. The strongest people are not the ones who never struggle. They are the ones who choose to keep fighting anyway. Victory isn't becoming fearless. It's learning that fear no longer gets the final vote. Every sunrise gives you another chance, another opportunity to make one better decision, one better habit, one better promise. You don't have to change your entire life today. You only have to win this moment, then the next, then the one after that, because greatness is never built all at once. It's built through ordinary moments, repeated consistently. One decision, one action, one day. Eventually, those ordinary days become an extraordinary life. One day, you'll look back and realize something remarkable. The enemy never disappeared. You simply stopped letting it lead. And in that moment, you'll finally understand what it truly means to become the broken hero.